I'm Seth here at USL. With my CMS-2200 online and set up, and a playlist built and ready to play, I'm going to play it back both manually and with the scheduler. I currently have nothing loaded as we've just booted our CMS. To select content, I first unlock the playback controls and then use the content selector to find the playlist that I built earlier. Pressing OK loads it into the playlist timeline. The timeline can be dragged from left to right by clicking and holding. The player screen includes selection of the playback mode at the top, including 2D or 3D, scheduled or manual DCP playback, HDMI sourced, or HDSDI sourced playback. The player shows content information for what's currently selected, with a key indicating the status of the KDM and decryption. The playback controls are locked with a lock icon, which is long press to release. Once that's open, I can control playback with the transport standard controls: play, pause, stop, skip. I can also seek into the timeline by dragging the player bar. The clips down below show in the order they were built into this playlist, with the end time in reference to the entire playlist listed at the top. The current runtime is listed above the playback controls, and any cues that will play during playback are shown via icons at the base of each clip. We have a projector cue, a standard cue, an audio cue, and then at the end some more projector and standard cues. You may single-click inside the clip panes to show exactly which cues and when they are aligned during playback. We'll start playback. The system will validate, and playout begins. With playback underway, I can switch into scheduled mode, bringing up the schedule information on the right-hand side of the player screen. When in scheduled mode, I can no longer select my own content. The scheduler will use the scheduled items to define what is loaded in the player at any time. I can, however, override playback using the transport controls. On the scheduler screen, the interface allows me to define times to start playback, and which shows and playlists that I've previously built to use at those times. I'll schedule the CMS-2200 first show for 2 minutes from now, and populate it into the scheduler. I'm currently looking at all these scheduled shows, but I can filter based on day by clicking the buttons at the top of the screen. The arrows allow me to rotate which date are in my current view. The show I've specified, I can reschedule to show at a different time, and I can repeat that playback for a number of days. After adding that, it appears in the listing of the items that are scheduled to play. The first one is shown at the top. The first item of each day is bolded. I can select one of the extra 3 copies that I created and delete it with the X at the bottom, or I can use Control and Shift keys to select multiple items at one time. Additionally, I can select an individual day and press the copy button at the bottom to copy all the shows I have scheduled on that day for 7 days following. Now that it's gone through and added all of those, each day from Friday through Monday will play a copy of exactly what I scheduled for Friday. We can start on Monday and copy again for another 7 days. We can now go back to the player and see, since I left it in scheduled mode, that the scheduled playback started at 10:20 and we are now playing in scheduled mode.